Welcome.
Today morning.
Today. So, when I was in high school, I took German.
She did.
For 4 years.
And she didn't remember anything because she was
I remember some of it. I still remember half of a poem that we had to memorize in third year. Third year.
Called the Earl King, one of the saddest stories ever.
And that was the third year, because then in fourth year we had to memorize another poem that was much harder, and I don't remember any of that one. So, in chapter 5, in our first year of German, we had a food day where we all had to pick a traditionally German food and bring it with us to class, and we ate. And because it was the food chapter. So I gave my mom a bunch of options. I was like, can you make one of these, etc., etc. And
she made 2.
So she chose this one called bee stings, which became a staple in our house. Like, she made them regularly after that.
They were
so it's bread made in a pan, and then you
sliced almond drizzled on top.
Hold on, I'll get to that. So then you cut it in the middle and put both layers, and then you put this like butter, sugar stuff, frosting type. It's not frosting, but it's like, stuff that you put in the middle and you put it back on top, and then you drizzle it with this almond, also butter, sugar stuff, and then you eat it, and it's delicious and amazing. And my mom did a really good job. So we don't know how to make it, and I'm sure we could have found the recipe pretty easily. We don't eat bread, so this is coffee cake.
It's a gluten-free Bienenstich.
So it's not really bee stings, but it's good enough. Because apparently there's some day to do with Germans.
It's German American Day. Okay,
there you go. German American Day.
So here's the thing.
We're German. We have German ancestry.
Descent. We're American.
Right, we're American.
Okay, just something, I don't have a strong opinion on it all. If you were born and raised in America, or if you are an American citizen, you are an American. You're not Irish American. You're not German American. You're not Japanese American. You're not Chinese American. You're not African American. You are American. I'm American. I'm not German American. My brother-in-law, he is actually African American because he's
African,
Uganda.
And then his kids are African American.
He's African American because now he has his citizenship in America. He is African American.
Right, okay.
His kids were never African. Well, I guess they are because he's African.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So maybe they can be considered African American. Generations on and past them, not African American. They are.
In that case,
American.
We're German American.
Yeah, German and Irish and Scottish and Norwegian and Swedish American.
We're very much English.
English American. Whatever. I'm American. Okay? Just because my last name happens to have been, at one point in time, German, it's now an American name because I say so. Just kidding. I'm just German American. I am. I'm American.
So
I am an Americana.
I didn't make this recipe right.
But it tastes really good.
Well, you see, okay, I'm gonna read you some of the.
Honestly, it tastes kind of like a snickerdoodle cake.
There. See, I did a good job. It done good. I'm gonna read you what happened. Okay. So you're supposed to make the batter, right?
See, here's one of those things where she's going to tell you about something that I don't care about. I do that all the time to her, so,
So I made the batter.
Bugs.
And then you're supposed to have...
Well, I guess bees are bugs.
And then you're supposed to have a topping, right?
Birds.
Well, I didn't know. I just saw that it was coffee cake. So it says to mix the topping, crumble stuff, and then make the other stuff, the batter. I was like, okay, great. And then at the end it says, pour in Pour into crumb mixture and mix just until moistened. I didn't know what that meant. I apparently have terrible reading comprehension skills.
In cooking. I believe it.
So, I didn't know you were supposed to, like, mix it in just so that it, whatever, and then put the rest on top. Because it doesn't say that.
I don't detect any almonds in here like she was supposed to.
So, anyway, so I screwed it up, and then I was reading the review. And this recipe has like 600 reviews, and it's 4.5 stars. Which, I mean, it tastes good. And that made ours gluten-free. And I didn't follow the recipe. And it still tastes good. So that means that this recipe is good, apparently. So, this lady is yelling at us, right? It's all in caps. Let me first say that this coffee cake is delicious! And then there's 5 exclamation points. I have never tasted a coffee cake like this before. Before trying this recipe, I did read a lot of the reviews and took into account, read more. Whoa, it's all caps for like a page. Hold on. Into account some of the things that were said, such as not enough streusel and the streusel messing into the see, like, it's unnecessary for you to yell at us. But anyway.
And then Lindy, she has to imitate her with a
I
high
didn't.
voice.
I didn't.
If you're not us, you have a high voice if you're a girl.
I didn't read the reviews until after I made it, so I didn't know there wasn't enough streusel.
Apparently
Which
we're
is
the
apparently
only
the
girls that have low
topping
voices.
stuff. Well, I've been told that I sound hot. I've been told that I sound like a man.
I've been told I sound sultry, manly. I've been guessed as a man. Hello, sir. Yeah, I'm not going to have
over the
this
phone, not when they're
Yeah.
looking at her.
No, I actually have when they're looking at me too, but I was wearing
She
a
had
baggy sweatshirt. I mean, I don't have a lot up here. And then, so I was wearing a baggy sweatshirt. And
You
I
ain't
had
on
my
my
hair-
piece.
No, that's your piece.
Whatever.
And then I had my hair tied up in the back with a backwards ball cap covering my hair. Yeah, been guessed as a guy a couple times because I'm like come up to a checkout stand dressed like that, baggy pants, baggy sweatshirt, all my curves are hidden, and because from the waist down I have some curves, some decent ones, not like huge but decent ones.
So this is good.
It is.
For not having followed the recipe, and
So we might have another German American day because their food, especially their pastries and stuff.
okay, wait, I have to say something. Our grandpa, who wasn't German, I mean, he might have been German, but it was a very small amount. We get most of our German from our dad's side. He died
That's
today,
the last name.
6 years ago, 7 years ago.
Let's not talk about that.
So, but when he was in World War II,
I'm going to
He
blank out the rest of this
spoke-
conversation.
he spoke German so well that he was mistaken for a spy. So, there you go. More German in this because he loved coffee cake. You know what I remember one time? My mom made this stuff, only,
They remind me every year,
better.
and I never wanted to know.
So,
Every year.
she made some of this. My grandpa used to go to the same, breakfast restaurant every day to drink his coffee. And it was just over the fence from the apartments that we were talked about in other previous episodes. And I would hop the fence. So one day she was like, here, take some of this to your grandpa to drink with his coffee. And it's called coffee cake. And I'm like, why is it
To
called coffee
eat
cake?
with his coffee.
Yeah,
not
to eat with his
drink
coffee.
his coffee.
Yeah, to eat with, sorry, that's what I meant. To eat with his coffee. So I just hopped the fence, carrying a plate. I mean, we were really good at hopping fences, as we mentioned.
This was the one that didn't have a bar on it. It was just like a fence with only
No,
bars in
it
the
was short.
dividers.
It was a short one, too.
Oh, that one. I
Yeah.
thought you meant the one farther back.
No.
Okay.
So I hopped the fence.
Terry, and that's how
and
Terry
took-
cut her hand open.
So we took the fence, or I hopped the fence, and I took him a piece of coffee cake, and he spoke German, so there's another tie into the national German, American, English,
He
whatever.
loved everything German. Like those were his heart people, even though they weren't his blood people, but they were his heart people.
Oh, these Rustabites are mine.
So he loved us because we were German. No, just kidding. Not really. He loved us because we were scratch kids.
Right?
And because he didn't have any choice with me, because I was like, I'm gonna follow you around with you like a
So, tell us about your German people, ancestry, words you know. Comment your words that you know. I know lots of words, but I still can't form a sentence very well because the conjugation and stuff just messes me up.
I can say lots of words in German too, and I can even say a couple
Tell
sentences.
us about your coffee
Not
cake
very many,
or
though.
your German.
Not nearly as many as I can in Spanish. In
Or
Spanish, it's like, yeah, I actually know some Spanish. But in German, it's like, well, on Duolingo, which I use, I know, not sponsors, they have German and Spanish. And I started the Spanish lessons, but like I've been pushing myself harder with the German stuff.
Also, I use coconut oil, not butter, in this, and I didn't measure. So, sorry. Go ahead.
So, I don't know what I was talking about.
Sorry, there's a fly that just flew around. Don't.
What was that?
So, tell us.
What was I talking about?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I don't remember either.
Thank you for
You
watching.
guys can remind me. She's such a stink. Just kidding. I interrupt her all the time.
Like,
usually we remember
comment,
what we're talking about though.
Subscribe,
share with your friends.
Show us pictures of your traditionally German foods.
Yes.
Or German.
Even if you're
flags.
not German, because I eat lots of Hispanic food, not Mexican, because
oh yeah, because you can speak Spanish, but you can't speak German.
Oh right, so Duolingo.
Yeah, Duolingo. Biolingo.
I'm farther. It says that I'm more fluent in German than I am Spanish because I've been like ignoring the Spanish bit, mostly because I get like past the present tense and I'm like, this is hard. I know present tense real well. I know lots of words, but conjugating it in future and past and preterite and all that stuff, I'm like, nah. But anyway, so even if you're not German American, even if you're not German, even if you have no German blood in you, surprisingly, more people do than they think. They're all like, oh yeah, I don't have any of this. I hate them. And then they find out that they actually do. So.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, tell us about that. And so, please share, comment, subscribe, and like, love, all that stuff. Happy faces. Laughing faces because we're so funny. We love you. May adventures be in your cards.